Hi everyone, we come again for our explanation to blocks in Sketchware application. So Sketchware is one of the most powerful tools to use and create or develop app um, with smartphone. So from our previous episodes, able to understand some blocks and their useful and the meanings of them. So in our next episode now, we want to continue our episode 6. So I will encourage you to go and review those episodes, the previous episodes, if you are new to this particular topic. So we have been going so far to this point, so you don't need to miss others of the episodes. You can check the link there in the description section of this video, and you will see the link for the playlist Sketchware Masterclass. So let's go into the tutorial right here. Opening my own Sketchware on Create, I want to dive down into the operator. So we want to talk about operator in this episode. So our previous episodes we were able to understand variable, list, control, and now we are now on operator. So as we are here in operator, we all know that operator has a lot of blocks in different sizes and different shapes of the blocks. So some of these blocks are boolean, some are numbers, some are string, and some are regular. So these are the blocks that we want to know they are useful as well. So let's start with these first three blocks. Okay, the first block here is known as true. This is true. The true block is block for boolean function. So if you want to use it as boolean, like for boolean, if it is true or false. So this one is for true. If you want to say something as true instead of typing it with text, so this is the boolean block for true. The next one here is false. The same boolean block for false. So you want to use either true or false. So the next one we have here is another boolean block that use for number to greater or lesser than the other number. So if number that is here is lesser than a number that is here, so a particular function take place or action take place. So that is the use of this first three block here. So let's take a look at another block below here. So this first one is the same function, like it's also boolean block. If you see the shape of the block is boolean, so it can only accept boolean value, so it doesn't enter number value block or string. So this here we have a number. If a value number that is here is equal to the value number that is here, or if the number is let's say the value number that is here is the same thing than this one, a particular action take place. With the next one we have is this one here. We have this one here is greater than. So just like the previous block that I show you, it's also boolean shape. So if number that is here is greater than the number that is here, so a particular action happen. So that is the meaning of this particular block here. So we have this the next line here known as also boolean shape. So if the value here can also accept only boolean, but while this one is number, as you can see the shape of inside the value shape here is circle, in form of circle, which is something circle. So it's for numbers, while this one that we just look it here, this one here is boolean. So the shape body is boolean and the value inside it is also boolean. So either you want to add this kind of boolean here, but you want to take this boolean to this place, something like this can only accept here. So that is the meaning of how this one be. So this one is the meaning. The use of this one is that if you want to use this one is if you want to add two maybe different action into one particular view. So that is how this one works. So you want to say if greater than and lesser than, so that is the same thing. Maybe you want to say if equal to and greater than, you can use it. You want to add something, how these three blocks works. So let's take a look at another blocks below. So this one now is another the same shape in boolean. It has boolean shape in the body and also has boolean value. It only accept boolean block in its value. Instead of it, it can only accept boolean. So just like what we observe, like this is the shape. If you can observe, the shape of this block is boolean shape, so only this kind of block can only enter here. Normal block like this cannot enter into these shapes. So already we are aware of this particular block. So this one is in form of this particular block here talk about or. So if you want to make alternative to a particular action, you want to set alternative to a particular action, you want to say if the number is equal to or the number is lesser than. So that is how you can use this one. If it is not this one, or it should be something that is here, so it take a particular action. So that is it. Where the other one was if a number is equal to and it also lesser than. So that one is that you bring in two options to take a particular action. So if one of the action is available, then the other one is not available, the action cannot happen, it will not take place. But until the two options are available as required, so it can take place. But this one is even if the one of the action out of the two, if the one of it is not available, then the other one is available, so it can also take action immediately. This particular one is talking about additional block. So if you take the look at the body of the block, is number, is in form of the number, the body shape is number shape, so even the value of it is also number. So something like boolean cannot enter there, it's only number shape can enter into this particular place. Look at it, say enter the number value. But if I want to click on this particular one, it will tell you to it will not accept anything written notes, it's only block that can fix in there. So this one is for additional. Want to say it should add number that is here to number that is there, like to add number that is here with the number that will be here. That is additional. If you can see the plus sign in here, so that is the meaning of the use of that particular block. Another one that we have here is this last one here. So this one is for not, and it is also in boolean shape, it's also boolean block, one of the boolean shape block, so it also accepts boolean. So it means that if not here, it means that if not a particular action here, or is not this one, so the action, the whatever thing the app wanted to perform, it should not perform. So if not these two options, nothing will take effect in that particular page in the application or whatever. So that is the meaning of this block. This block means if not something that is not, so if not something that is inside here, it will not work. So let's take a look at the other block below. Their body shape is numbers, is number shape, and their value also is numbers value. So here is the first one here that we have here is talking about, this one now is talking about if number that is here to subtract to this number, the number that is here should be minus the number that is in the ahead, the front of it. Like if number that is here, or when number that is here should minus subtract the number that is here, that's subtraction block. So the next one we have here is multiplication block, it's also number block. So this block shape is number and it can only accept numbers value, maybe block to block, or you type in the value, you enter the value in typing it manually. So this one is to multiply this number that is here with this number that will be here. So maybe you want to give score to application like games, or you want to give score to whatever thing you want to give score. So each of the time that the game is win, or the level is win, so it will multiply it with the others numbers. So that is how it wants to be. So the next block here is also block, number block. It has number shape in its body and also numbers value, but this block is known as division block. So this block is division. You divide a number into two, division, you divide it into two, divide number that is here into with this number that is here, so it's division block. So let's take a look at the others block below. They are in number shape block, it can only accept numbers value block. So the first one here is known as percentage block. This one is for percentage. So if you want to take a percentage number of year to year, so maybe it want to say 100% of this number. So this one is want to make anything percentage, it's going to work with this particular block. This is percentage block. So we have another block here known as pick random. So this one is to pick random number from year to year. So if either you want to have random number of 0 to 100 or 0 to 10, so you have to fix the numbers here. You want to say for example, let's say you don't want to start from number 1 to pick the number. Number 1 is default number, so you can only pick random number from number 2, from 2 to, let's say, something like 20. So it will not pass 20, it will not also be below 2. So this is how this one values is. So if you want to set a particular number that can start and end, so you set the below number here and set the higher, the maximum number that it will stop. So that is how this one is. See the next one that we have here. We have the next one here known as length of. How this one is the length to set the maximum length of a particular text or numbers or whatever. So let's take a look at the other blocks below this block. Another one here, we have this one called join and. So this block means to join string with another string. So you join a string here and this one for a single let's say function. So we want to use one function to run in two strings or views. So views can also enter here, like view, all those view, maybe text view and others of the views, buttons and so on. So you can join them with this block. This one is known as join block. This one is known as index of. Find the first position where the substring appear. So you find the first position here where the substring appear of the search. So that is the moving of this block. It's also number. It can only enter into number shape value. So this one is to find the last position of the substring appear in of the search, just like this one. This one is the first. This is the towards is to find the first position. This one is to find the last position. So this is the meaning of the three blocks here. So we still have other blocks below. So let's check another blocks behind it. This block here, this one is string block, substring block. So this one is to extract character. Yes, you extract character of the string, the substring, at the start index here and end before the end index here. So if you want to extract character from string to the kind of numbers and so on, so that is the use of this particular block. So this the next block below it is equal to. So if number that is here, so this is the one equal block, we can call it equals block. This one is equals block. So if number or character or string that is here or value that is here is the same thing that is here, like equal to the value that is here, maybe shape reference or whatever you want to use, like if they are the same thing, so a particular action take place. Note that this block is not just block, regular block. This block is boolean. You can see the shape is boolean, so it can only accept into boolean value. It doesn't enter into any other value like numbers or string. So the last behind it is also known as contents block. So this block is for content, so that it means that if a block character that is here or value that is here is contain a particular text or contain something, like for example you want to say if text view 1 contain text or contain a particular text, or if something like shape reference contain a particular data here, so a particular thing action take place. And also note that this block is boolean shape block. It always only accepts boolean value, not string or numbers. So let's take a look at others of the blocks below them. And the first one we have here is to replace. This block is known as replace block. So it will replace a data that will be here maybe you have a particular text that you want to put. Once a button click, it will replace data that is here with what will be here with something here. Replace this particular thing will replace all this thing that is here with this particular value. So this one is replacement block. You want to replace data, text, numbers, whatever, you replace them with single click. So that is the action of this one. So the next one behind it, on or below it, is trim. This one normally used with media. You want to trim, maybe you want to trim text, you want to trim link or something like shortener, or you want to trim the length of the link to do to give a dot until it's open before you can see the full data or text, or you want to trim file like media file, audio, and so on. So this is the trim block. So the next one below it is known as uppercase block. So this block is, you want to automatically convert the lowercase data like lowercase text to uppercase text in uppercase sizes. So this is the block you can use. So the below of it is lowercase, the same thing with this one. So this one is the opposite of this one. So if you doesn't want to make it to be upper, if it was upper already, you can automatically make a click to make it in lowercase. So that is the meaning of these four blocks that are here. So let's take a look at others of the block below them. One here, this one here, known as to number. So if you want to convert string to number block, want to convert number to string, yes, this is the one that you can use to convert number to string. If you want to add number, like add string into where number supposed to be, so that particular value, you need string to do that work. So you are using this particular block to bring in string into where the number value is. So this is the block here, to number. So this one is the past intent. The same thing, like where the number is, you want to let's say logically bring in other external values into that particular number area. So the same thing here. So this one is I'm repeating the same block. So this block, they are the same. So they are the same. So this is the three blocks here. This one is to hash code. So if you want to make a string, like you want to add color code, so you are using this one to automatically trim it. You want to make something like color picker, so it just talk about if any color pick, it should add the hash code of the color, like something like this. So you see it. So this is the hash code of the meaning of the hash code to hash code. So it automatically convert the color, the number of the name of the color to hash code color. An example I'm giving to you. So that is the meaning of these three blocks that are here. So let's take a look at the other blocks below them. Of course, we are still having more blocks online below this the previous blocks, and this block known as to string without decimal. So something like this is, you add number here. So this number now, a particular text field will appear, make the number to appear without decimal. We must we know about what is decimal. Decimal is, example, something like this. It will make something like this, 0.00. So this is a form of decimal. So if you want to talk about without decimal, it will just be only a number like this without any form of dots. So this is decimal without decimal. So this string control a number without decimal. So the following the next block below it, is to sub to the same string with decimal. So when they're talking about string, note when they mention string here, meanwhile here is number, is because this block can fix inside text view. Yes, you can call text view to appear that numbers for it, but this particular block determines the size or the style of the number, how you want the number to appear. So this one is for decimal. Like I said earlier, decimal contain the dot, like in form of 0.0 or 1.0, for example 10.33. So this is decimal. So this is decimal. If you want it to be in decimal form, you make it this way. So maybe you want to do something like wallet application, you can use them and so on. So the following app software or the block, the next block here is to decimal format. So you convert a particular number. This is always number shape, so any shape that you see like this is for number, and which one is string. So you convert a particular number that is here to decimal format to call from maybe a string, maybe text view or edit text and so on. So that is, this one is, you want to make it to be decimal format. Take a look at other blocks below them. We still have other blocks to study in this tutorial. Then this other block is called JSON block, JSON to map block. So this one is compressing the maybe let me say string. This is string here to map. So if you click on it, if you create a map variable, so it will appear here. So you select the map, and you know that every JSON file that you are doing, it will bring it, save it to the map. Maybe you want to do something like Bible or ebooks or inbook and so on. So this is the app you can use, the block you can use for that. The why we are making it for is because this one now is, it means that you take JSON to the map, and this one will now pick the map, the file, the map data to JSON string. So it automatically make it to JSON string. So that is the one. So it means that this one and this one, they are in the same movement, but it's help the map to move to JSON string. And this one we have here is the JSON data here. So you can see it here. So it moved the string here to the list map, while this one was normal map, because we have different types of map. We have map and we have list map. We have number and we have list number. We have variable and we have list variable and list string, sorry. So this one is list map, so it will move it down. This one will now take from the list map to the JSON string. Note, so that is the same thing that are working here also. So that is the use and the meaning of these blocks that are there. So let's take a look at the other blocks below them. So the last but not the least, this is another block known as add source directly. What is add source directly block? Note, I have forgotten to explain the size, the name of this block shape to you. All these blocks have their names. These shapes of these blocks has their names. We will have another teaching against this on this particular topic in our next video. So you don't need to miss our video. Always stay tuned with us. Subscribe for more tutorial like this and for the upcoming tutorial. So this block is known as regular block. Once ever you see shape of this block like this that can be able to fix here, that can be able to enter here like this, is known as regular block. So that is the meaning of this block. So this block itself is regular block. It means you want to add a source code, Java code, directly instead of custom block or block itself. For example, if I click on this value, I want to add a Java code here. I can say this thing be like this, dot cancelable or Java code, make it false, and you make something like this. This is in form of Java code, and this is in form of source code to perform the same thing like block. So if you cannot have the block, then you can have the Java code. You will be able to fix it the same way you're supposed to have the custom or the block itself. So it will enter here and it will perform the same action. So that is the meaning of the use of this block known as add source directly. The next one is string. If you want to have, also the next one is boolean, which is here. If you want to make a boolean, maybe yes, no, and others of the boolean languages, and you cannot do it, or you don't have the particular block like we know from the first block in this operator, you can set them manually. You can type them manually in this string value. So once you type them, it will do the same function. So you can have a block to convert, to bring in boolean into action. So the next one we have here below it is number. So this one is only for number. It can only accept number. So if you want to convert, pick number from any string value into the number area value. So that is the block you can use. So this one is we have another one below it. The last one here is string. So if you want to add string value into a particular place, maybe it was here, for example, you see here is now it cannot enter because this one is string. why this one is number, so it doesn't enter here. So if you want to take it to this place, it doesn't enter. This one is for that Java directly. It's for manual typing, not for block to fix in. So this one is for string. If you want to add string here, you can add string, type whatever thing you want to type, and you set it as string, it will work. That is the end of the video on operator blocks, how we explain them and we see it how they are using. I believe this video has been an of help to you, and don't forget to like the video and share it with others Sketchware users and app developers that they may want to know more about this Sketchware and it's useful. So don't forget to subscribe for more tutorial like this. Always stay tuned with us. Click the link of our community. Thank you for watching the video. See you again in our next tutorial.